Ciao, my name is Brooks. I'm a junior studying biology at the University of Illinois. Today we'll be exploring the broad topic of sustainability, specifically how to be sustainable as a study abroad student.
Hi, I'm Camila Schultz and I'm studying food science and human nutrition at the University of Illinois. I will be talking about being a sustainable study abroad student by having proper sleep, diet, and exercise.
And ciao, I'm Delaney Westan. I'm a communication major at the University of Illinois, and I'm currently studying abroad at Gustolab in Rome.
Now, as the weeks have gone on, I have come to understand the many ways that sustainability plays into our everyday lives as study abroad students. This program has hosted many live webinars with my fellow study abroad students, identifying the many ways that we can make not only our stays in Rome more sustainable, but also those of other study abroad students around the world. I'd like to explore a different facet of sustainability that perhaps hasn't been discussed extensively. Maintaining emotional wellness or emotional sustainability is of the same importance as physical wellness, if not more so, while abroad, since you will be experiencing some of the most drastic changes in routine, culture, and your surroundings up to this point in your life. A long-term study conducted in 2009 by Hunley of 46 American students attending Loyola University in Rome showed that they experienced more psychological stress and loneliness abroad than they did in their home country. Another larger-scale study done in 1991 by Sam and Ade surveyed 310 international students at the University of Bergen, Norway. The results indicated that international students often report a higher rate of anxiety, depression, and paranoia compared to native students. The list of studies providing similar results goes on and on. Of course, we are not unfamiliar with these symptoms as we were briefed on coping mechanisms before we left, and the struggle becomes all too real once you arrive and start acclimating here. There are few things we can do, however, to counteract the mental malaise that we can all find ourselves in over the course of this journey. Starting with the necessities, you've got to get your sleep. It is intuitive, but then again, we tend to act like the amount of sleep we get is out of our control, which just is not true. Of course, you don't want to waste your experience abroad in bed, but sleep deprivation will hinder your ability to experience and even enjoy the things you want to do and see. Recommended sleeping hours for people our age is at least 6 to 9 hours. It's also important to have the right diet for eating. The wrong things can offset your mental balance and cause mood swings. Pasta is great, but getting in your daily protein and vegetable fix is crucial too. One tip is to, instead of having potato chips for a snack all the time, every once in a while have an apple or a pear. Something along those lines at least. Additionally, getting into a routine of exercising for at least 30 minutes a day can greatly improve mental and obviously physical health. The results of a cross-sectional study by Dr. Peter Hassman, consisting of over 3,000 participants ranging in age from 25 to 64 in Finland, suggest that individuals who exercise at least 2 to 3 times a week experience significantly less depression, anger, cynical distrust, and stress than those exercising less frequently or not at all. One last suggestion to improve your emotional sustainability would be to keep a daily journal. Whether you use this journal to plan your day or log your experiences is up to you, but consolidating your thoughts into ink on paper has been shown to clear the mind and reduce stress. Psychologists at the University of California invited volunteers to write for 20 minutes per day for 4 consecutive days about any emotional experience. The subject showed a dampened emotional response to those experiences after writing about them. Men, in fact, experienced more benefits than women in the study. Regardless, I hope you take at least one of these suggestions to heart, or at least recognize the importance of emotional sustainability.
Okay, so going off of what Brooks said about sleep, sometimes we don't all get a full 8 hours of sleep each night. So here's some tips on how to stay sharp and get the best quality of sleep. This can be done by having a regular sleeping pattern and avoiding sleeping in too late on the weekends to prevent jet lag-like symptoms. Also, it is important to be smart about napping because it can prevent you from falling asleep at night. Most people do not know this, but shorter naps actually have a way higher benefit than longer naps. A fatigue management program for NASA showed that pilots on trans-Pacific flights who napped on average of 26 minutes were half as likely to show signs of psychological sleepiness. Therefore, naps of no more than 40 to 45 minutes are suggested. I learned that controlling your exposure to light can actually help regulate your hormone levels of melatonin. During the day, we encourage you guys to get as much light as possible to lower the amount of melatonin levels and help you stay more alert. You can do this by walking around outside during your 15-minute to hour breaks of class to soak in the sun and boost your brain power. Next, I want to talk about healthy restaurants that you can go to eat at around Gustolab. 3 restaurants that I found to look for that are super healthy and delicious are ginger, sapori e salute, oregano, campo di fiori, and smart food. All of these fast food restaurants share in common the fact that they use natural and organic ingredients that are grown from local or private-owned farms that practice sustainable growth of agriculture. As I was looking at the reviews, ginger, sapori e salute had some bad reviews depending on what the people ordered, but overall people were happy with their visit here. I would recommend getting their Tutti Frutti, which is a great display of a mix of seasonal fruits, and also their smoothies, juices, and salads seem to be a big hit there. Oregano Campo di Fiori is cool because they offer a variety of vegan and vegetarian options on their menu without being overly priced. Some cool options on the menu include an antipasti of smoked salmon julienne with lime guacamole and leek-flavored grissini bread. A lei pasta option includes a dish called ravioli al burro e salvia that contains fresh pasta stuffed with ricotta cheese, spinach and butter, and sage sauce. Salads include a lot of vegetables, and they also have all organic wood-fired pizza and refreshing desserts made with fruit. Lastly, Smart Food is basically a European style of Subway, but 100 times better. They sell delicious sandwiches, smoothies, and salads. You can choose to make your own sandwich or choose from one on the menu that ranges from around only €4 to €6. My point of informing you about these restaurants is to teach you that you can still go out to eat and not feel super bad about yourself if you eat unhealthy, while also encouraging you to add a lot of fruits and veggies to your dishes at home when you cook to get all the necessary nutrients you need. Just like Brooks mentioned, exercising is a very important part of being healthy. As the weather is getting nicer, I thought it would be a nice idea to mention a few outdoor parks you can go running or go on a nice walk with good scenery. Villa Borghese is a great place to walk around because you will be running through beautiful gardens with a small lake, racing track, city zoo nearby, and a great view of the city also. I personally love running in Villa Doria Pamphili in Trastevere, which is actually the largest public park in Rome. Rome's Tevere or Tiber River snakes throughout the city, which has an awesome running and biking path at the bottom of the stairs. The Tiber extends beyond the city, so you can run as far as you'd like.
All right, so in our classes, we have learned about sustainability, which is a large part of the Italian culture. Therefore, we have been adapting these habits while abroad, but we are at a disadvantage because studying abroad is hard when you are in a completely different environment. These changes could lead to different thoughts or ways of doing and going about situations. This could be stressful because studying abroad should be an experience with 1,000 words, not 1,000 memories or worries, not memories. Oh my gosh, please have memories. Jeez, okay. My job is to keep you grounded during your study abroad experience while partaking in one of life's greatest pleasures, which is drinks. You were studying abroad for 4 to 5 months, depending on your program. That's a long time. Wouldn't you agree, Camila?
Yeah, totally.
One very real aspect of studying abroad is the new freedom that some of us have. You can legally drink at a younger age in Europe than 21, like in the US. This new freedom also comes with many responsibilities. These responsibilities include keeping your study abroad experience sustainable. Here's a scenario. When you're drinking with your friends over dinner, you may have a glass of wine, but what kind of cups do you use to put that wine in? You should put your drinks in reusable cups, like glass. It's cleaner for the living environment and it has less trash buildup. In an article by Ann Simmons in the LA Times, she stated that each year nations generate 1.3 billion tons of waste. That's expected to soar to 4 billion tons by 2100. You don't want your leisurely activities to accumulate trash. In 2007, the Toxins Action Center posted research stating that the US produces more than 30% of the planet's total waste, though it is home to only 4% of the world's population. We should not be carrying these bad habits while we're abroad. Therefore, remember to recycle wine bottles after you're done using them. Now, sustainability is something to consider since alcohol can be a very expensive activity. It adds up, especially at the bars. Therefore, when at the bars, only buy 1 or 2 drinks. This will cost around 15 to 20 euros, and if you do that once a week, in the 4-month study abroad program, you will have spent 320 euros on alcohol consumption alone. That's $395 US. This means that 2 drinks a week will already be around $400, so you should keep in mind how much money you're willing to spend and what you're willing to spend it on. Sustainability is also being able to maintain oneself and not depleting your resources, especially limited ones, like for college students. An idea of a welcomed idea is aperitivo. You may pay 10 euros for a drink and receive a mini meal as well. This means you're getting a meal, a drink, and time with friends to enjoy your study abroad experience together. There have been many tourists and study abroad students that have been belligerently drunk and have defaced monuments and other things around Europe. Enough to the point where there have been laws passed to avoid these situations. That means that the locals have to abide by these laws, even though it wasn't their mistakes that they made for being belligerent. In Germany, an American student did a Nazi salute in a German bar, and he was later banned for that act because he did not take into consideration the history behind that action. This was reported in CNN on August 13th, 2017, which wasn't even 1 year ago. Similar to this and others are not a step towards a sustainable study abroad experience. You need to be respectful of the culture, the history, and social differences while you were abroad. Being belligerent and making these mistakes could lead to you having a bad experience because you could have to leave the country, you could be kicked out of your apartment or go to jail, etc. While you're abroad. This is not going to give you a sustainable amount of time that you thought you'd have while you were there. So therefore, don't be sustainable. Make good decisions and make this an experience to remember. Now we're going to end this with a really cheesy say. We're going to say that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So, all right.